Some challenges, I think, for using or not having a textbook for a course, of rather using the provided materials from an instructor, are the scan or the copy of the material presented. It's not always the best quality that is scanned in. Sometimes it's sideways and you have to zoom in. Also, the clarity of the document. You know, if you get a bad copy of a Xerox, you can tell, and it's kind of more difficult to use. A lot of the times you have to read and search for the information. It may not be, the paper may not be succinct enough, or the article, whatever you're reading, to answer the question, because it's not, the format is not exactly as if it was presented in a textbook and then the answers were in the back. Does that make sense? Sometimes you have to wade stop. Sometimes you have to wade through not necessarily needed information that's not applicable to get to what you really need. And then sometimes it's a 20-page document, and I mean, that's a lot. For some reason, it seems like a lot more to read 20 pages on a computer screen than it does to read a chapter in a book. You also have to have a reliable internet connection. I mean, what if you can't see the document? What if the links don't work? There's been some instances where, you know, you're in the online class and you have this material presented to you, and you get there and there's an error, whether it was user generated, or the link just doesn't work, or it wasn't put in there right, or even if it was put in upside down. If you're not particularly tech savvy as a student and you receive the information that way, it's harder to flip it around or try to figure out how to access it correctly. And also, and I do this a lot, I may wind up printing out the article anyway to keep with my notes, or so I could highlight it, because maybe I'm a non-traditional student, but sometimes that's just the best way for me to take notes, is actually have the paper in front of me. But again, it's not buying a textbook. It's not lugging around a textbook, because that adds to a considerable burden when you have to carry all these books around with you. Those are just a few of the ideas, I think, that not necessarily having a physical textbook for a class, but having the online articles would be a minus, I suppose. I will throw in one quick positive. I do enjoy being able to have assignments based on material from different sources. So you're not always reading the same author. You're not always in the same book. Things are worded differently. You get different viewpoints from different writers. So that's just what I think so far with my education. Thanks.